He was saying we should maybe all think about this, of spending more time with a loved one when they pass away. I thought it was quite lovely, really, reading his story about her, and he clearly loved her so much. What do you think? Could you...?
Well, I thought it was lovely and it gave him comfort. So I think that anything that gives somebody comfort, they should be allowed to do, and they shouldn't be judged on that. Because I think the problem with grief I've noticed in our family, I mean, I come from a big family, and I would say that every single one of us grieve differently, you know, and I think that's a big thing when it comes to death, of people not understanding other people's grief, you know. So if he wanted to spend 6 days, I personally wouldn't want to do that. You know, I remember when Bernie passed away and we were all with her, and then they said, just, you know, the nurses came when she passed and said, you know, just give us an hour and we'll make her look comfortable and all of that. And they did, and she looked very peaceful. But for me, it wasn't her then. Do you know what I mean?
Gone.
So, yeah. And I personally couldn't have then, for 6 days, kept going.
What about when you were kids? You know, Eamon's a Catholic, and he said it was very common
in Ireland.
their grandparents, and they would be laid out, and he said, you know, at a really young age, being told to go and kiss his grandma goodbye, and he said he can remember her being very cold. And
I think that's the thing for me, and relatives that have passed. You know, my mum, my dad, and my sister-in-law, who was very young when she passed, and I went to see them all in the Chapel of Rest. And I think it was that for me as well, that I thought it wasn't them, because when I did kiss them, it didn't even feel like them. You know what I mean? It was like a mannequin.